Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday.
Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday to you, Queen. Glad we made it.
Yes, definitely glad we made it. Feel like I want to do the Never Could Have Made It remix. Yeah,
Never could have made it. Oh Lord, I feel you that. I feel you on that for sure.
never, never, never could.
But hey, He blessed us with another day to give Him glory, give Him honor, and another chance to get it right.
Yes, yes, yes. Hey, good morning. We got some people logging on. Good morning, Aziz.
Good morning, Aziz. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday.
Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday. Yep. Wake up, family. Wake up, family.
Wake
Everybody
up,
grab
wake
your
up.
tea. Get your
Yes.
tea. Hit that share button.
Yes. Like,
Let's go. Let's
share,
go.
love it if you want to.
Here
How
we
was your
go.
weekend?
It was good. We were we were running around this weekend because I was we got the awards event next month, the
Hmm.
Nova Annual Conference. So we
Yes.
were trying to find, something to wear to the awards dinner. And with being in Mexico, the shipping here is a little different.
Mm.
So we opted to go to like the malls and see what they had in stores versus online because they charge us to do returns out
Oh,
here, and the shipping to come in is a little bit higher um, when it comes to the tariffs and things. So this did some shopping this weekend. We went to two different malls, and this one mall we went to, girl, it was lavish.
really?
Definitely lavish. It was huge for one,
Hmm.
and for two, it had one side of the mall. It was all the big brand luxury brand stores like Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Carolina Herrera. Just every luxury brand you can think of was in this mall. They was
Nice.
pumping the smell goods over there, and this is an outdoor mall, but you can feel the air conditioner flowing in that section. And then
Oh,
we
wow.
get over to the other side where they have like the like regular brands like Guess and things like Guess Store, and what else they have over there? They have like Zara, H&M, and that side was just open and bright and things like that. But it was nice because it was like right off the water as well,
Awesome.
so you can walk along like the boardwalk and sit out there and get some food or do some shopping, just kind of hang out. So it was nice. It was really nice.
That's awesome.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was cool. I really just kind of relaxed and chilled. Saturday, I did go out with my sister and some friends, and we had a nice, sisters' evening, and got us some good food. Went to Olive Garden and had some good food. I love Olive Garden soup, salad, and breadsticks. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Got full on that. Ended up having to take my meal home.
Hmm. I feel you on that one. I miss them breadsticks.
Ooh, girl, them breadsticks with that Alfredo sauce. Mm,
Yes. And the salad, that combo right there.
yes,
The
yes.
salad, the breadsticks. We used to get like the chicken and dumpling soup all the time.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite is their Zuppa Toscana soup. I like that one a
Mhm.
lot.
That's the one that got like the Italian sausage and like the spinach and stuff in it.
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
If you can't tell, yeah, I used to go to Olive Garden a lot.
Y'all treat yourself every now and again.
Treat yourself. That's gonna be the
Hey.
theme for the rest of the month. Treat yourself. Good morning, Gina B. Smith.
Good morning, Queen. Happy Tuesday.
Yep, happy Tuesday. Thank you for jumping on the live this morning. I think we should go ahead and kick this thing off, see what you think.
I think we can. I mean, we should. I mean, if they miss it, they can definitely check the replay or check us out on YouTube at Tips and Tea Live.
Absolutely. The Queen's got things to do, and we can't keep holding up the show, so we got to get going. So, definitely just want to say this live, we're going to talk about vision and execution for 2026. So, last month, we definitely did a vision board, and we want to just go over what we did for our personal vision boards because what we like to do here on Tips and Tea Live is we like to share our personal experiences, right? What we learned along the way, along this journey that's the teacher and I have gone on, right? Through our personal finances as we started LLCs, we built personal credit, building business credit, done some things with funding, and we like to share those tips, just so maybe you can take a look at what we've done and see how you can might be able to apply it to your life, and maybe you can not have to go through so many different trials, right? Because we're sharing with what worked for us. It might be able to work for you as well. But I just want to say, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, kings and queens, and welcome to our live. So again, we're here to sip, chat, and just feel wealth on purpose. Right? That's what it comes down to. We want to make sure we're moving with intention and we are aligned this year and we're moving with some purpose. And again, today's theme for those who just joined us, we are having our vision board review because a goal without a plan is just a wish. So we're retrieving our vision boards from the Heavy Hitter Vision Board party that happened. And we're not just looking at our cute pictures, we're talking about action, alignment, and accountability. So, before we get started, make sure you like the live, like the teacher said, comment vision, right? Comment vision if you're definitely working on that for 2026. And make sure you share, right? Because we want to make sure we reach in more and more people. So tag at least 3 people in the comments. We're challenging the live audience this morning. Tag 3 people in the audience. Let's get them in. All
Yes.
right. And then Queen's a teacher. You want to
Yeah.
be single? You want to give us a recap of last week's live?
Sure, of course, of course. Well, first I want to say good morning to all our viewers out there, to our kings and queens and our supporters. Good morning, good morning. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday. And last week we talked about shifting our mindset for 2026 because your mindset definitely is going to set the direction of your money, your relationships, and your success. We have to speak life to ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Speak life. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So we just want to make sure that we are speaking peace and prosperity over ourselves. And some of the key recaps that I had from last week were consistency beating motivation. Um, if you stay consistent with something, you're going to keep going regardless whether you're tired, sleepy, just don't feel like doing it because motivation definitely can fade. Um, Something else was you can't manifest what you refuse to prepare for.
Mm.
I'm going to say that again. You cannot manifest what you refuse to prepare for. So we need to get prepared. We need to put ourselves in alignment. Um, and you have to let go of what no longer serves you. Sometimes we're not able to move forward because we're still holding on to things that are not meant to go forward with us in this new season. So 2026, this year, we definitely want to move different.
Oh
And
yeah, no lies detected.
yes, honey, yes. And comment below what mindset shift you're committing to this year.
Ooh, that's a
I
good one.
know
What are you
I was
focusing on this year, C?
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Queen?
I said, what mindset shift are you focusing on this year?
I'm really just focusing on self improvement, just improving myself. I actually ordered a book last night. It should be here today, thanks to Amazon Prime. Let Them Talk. And it's just something, it's a self help book. And, a lot of times we go through life worried about what people think about us or what somebody's going to have to say. But at the end of the day, it's really up to us to encourage ourselves and
Mhm.
to encourage ourselves in the Lord as well, to keep going forward. So it starts
Amen.
with us. So I'm starting with me. I'm working on me.
I love that. Yeah, it definitely starts with you. You can. It gets to a certain point where you can't continue to dwell in the past, right?
Hmm.
Blame all your problems on other people or what they did to you. It gets to that point where you literally have to take about accountability for your own actions, for how you are now seeing the world, seeing yourself, and relying on your faith. The only thing you have really control over is you.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So definitely, I'm in alignment with everything you just said. Thank you, Queen.
Are you welcome? Hon? And another thing, I mean, we have to learn that we cannot control how someone else sees us or
Mhm.
control someone else, period. So getting those things in the line, I think we all be a lot happier.
Amen to that, because one thing I do know was not my business, other people's opinions of me.
Okay.
That is none of
I
my
like that.
business.
I like that. That is not my business what your opinion of me is. Okay.
It is not. It's definitely not, because, again, everything comes down to perspective and
Hmm.
what you're receiving of me. That's your point of view. That's not mine. As long as I'm doing the things that's aligned with what God word says, that's the only thing I can really do. Right? You
Yes,
can't
ma'am.
make everybody happy. What I can try to do is just love on people, right? And if I'm trying to do that, then I'm in alignment with what God's word is saying. All I have to
Yes.
do is try to love you the best way I can with what I have, right? Because I can't always give 100% of what you need, right? Because I have other things going on as well. I have a family, I have a business, I have friendships, I have, myself, really, that I still got to take care of, right? So, we're multifaceted people, and there will be disappointment. There will be disappointment along the way in life, and I've literally learned in the last couple of years that you can't make everybody happy. It's just not possible.
All right.
All you can
Yeah.
do is do your best. And if you're literally doing your best, then that's all you can do, right? You can't continue to run on empty trying to please everybody else.
Yes, ma'am. We gotta take care of ourselves.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand Rising, Sherry and Kier. Thank you for jumping on the live. Monica Brown is in the chat.
Uh-oh. Good morning, Queens. Happy blessed
Hey,
Tuesday.
Big Fishes, happy Tuesday.
There we go. I can see the comments now. I did not have them turned on.
There we
Good
go.
morning, Nita Jones. Good morning, Queen.
Good morning, good morning. For those who are just logging on, we are talking about our vision boards that we created during the Heavy Hitter Vision Board party. Shout out again to Miss Destiny Reedy,
Yes.
for coordinated. I think it was the third annual Vision Board party
Yes.
for the headquarters.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, truly an amazing night. I definitely want to give that queen her flowers. Well, we definitely want to give that queen her flowers because, just to take on that leadership have to do that, to help other people get in alignment for what they want their 2026 to be,
Yes.
right? Just being able to pour into other people and just give, right? So y'all please send some prayers and some love over to the Reedy family. They are having some personal things going on and they always cover everyone else. So we just want to make sure we cover them as well.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And Destiny always does such an amazing job with that vision board party.
Hmm. Absolutely. Oh, we got a comment in the chat. We have Sherry Landrum says the best self care first thing in the morning is the word and prayer. Yes,
Amen.
definitely is.
I
Get your
agree
day
with
started right.
yes. That
Yes, yes.
definitely sets the tone. Because I know I used to do it all the time. And if I miss or don't, get up and at least, because I'm, guilty, I don't always make the prayer call, but still just playing some good gospel music or reading a devotion in the morning, it definitely can set the tone to have a great rest of your day.
Yes, it definitely does.
No.
Yes, thank you everybody for jumping on the live. All right, so we're going to be talking about our vision boards. If you have your vision board, if you attended that heavy hitter party, pull it up. If you took some pictures of it, or you're sitting in front of your board, or you got it saved on your phone, put up your vision board. I think this is something that people should look at every month, right? We shouldn't just do it in December or beginning of January, and then we don't look at it again until halfway through the year or to the end of the year to see what we actually did with our vision board. At least once a month, right? You should be looking at your vision board and seeing if the actions that you've been taking are aligning with what you set out for your vision for this year. So, yep, everybody pull out that vision board. It's your
Yes.
GPS, to help you navigate 2026. It's not a program, right? It's a destination. So you want to keep ending up in the same place. You don't want to keep ending up in the same place. You need to make sure you're aligning with what you set out for your vision board. Keep looking at it. Keep adjusting your actions if it's not aligning with what you put out for 2026.
Yes.
And if you actually attended the vision board party, comment I was there, right? Or if you weren't able to make it, definitely you can comment next time, and we'll make sure we take a note of that so we can make sure you're on when we do the vision boards for 2027. All right, all right. So while we're waiting on that, see, you ready? You ready to share?
Yes, Queen. I'm ready to share.
All right, perfect, perfect. Did you want me to pull it up, or did you want to share
Um,
your screen?
if you don't mind, I would prefer if you would mind to pull it up for me because I just don't want to take a chance in trying to pull it up and then something happens and I disappear or something.
Absolutely, Queen. I got you. I got you. So we don't make sure we pull this up
Okay.
here.
Thank you so much. Nita Jones said she was definitely in the house. It was an awesome vision board party. And just, we have to make sure that we write it down, make it plain. Like one of our mentors, Mr. Bossy Mitchell, you cannot hit a target or you cannot hit it if you don't have it written down. Let's see here. So, guys, this is my vision board. Different categories in here. And excuse me, guys, that was my son popping in trying to help me with the dog this morning. But one category on the vision board that I mentioned earlier was self-help, self-improvement. That is something because it definitely starts with me. And also the theme was faith, family, and self-improvement. So I definitely want to work on improving my relationships with my family, improving my faith. Definitely faith first, because without God, nothing is possible. And we have talked about the digital nomad lifestyle, and that is something that I really would like to do. And that is a goal of mine, and that is something that I have on my vision board. And my goal for that, I have set a date, and my date is by my birthday. My birthday is August the 7th, and I hope to, or not hope, I want to do that by then. By August the 7th, I want to be ready to pull off and get on the road. Um, Something else, growing my business, increasing my knowledge, um, team building, because without a team, I mean, you can't do it without a team. You have to have supporters. You have to have like-minded individuals with you, around you. Iron sharpens iron. Um, and traveling more. So that pretty much sums up my goals for 2026. I want to increase my relationships with my family, increase my relationship with God, improve my business growth, and become a digital nomad and travel and see the world.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, I don't know. We were talking earlier, everybody, as teacher was like, I don't know what I do with my vision board. you know, it don't really look like much to me. I think you did amazing, Queen.
Oh, well, thank you, hon. I feel like I should have had some colors or something in order to make it kind of pop more. But at the end of the day, it's done. I have my vision, the things that I want to, or the goals that I have for 2026, they're there. It would have been awesome if it would have been a little prettier, but like I said, or like one of our other mentors, Destiny Reedy, done is better than perfect. So it's done.
We know what it means, and I mean, it looks lovely to me. I'm like drawn in, right? It's easy on the eye. It's not like splatter where you're like, okay, I don't know where to look. It's very calming too, and I feel like that was, subconsciously, right? You kind of did it right on purpose, where it looks like a lot of calming, a lot of focus, a lot of, you know, these are the things that are aligning with my spirit, and it's more calm this time around. Like look at the sunsets, look at the palm trees, right? The soft lighting of it, the softness of the colors.
Love the
So very
breakdown.
tranquil.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Yes, I want peace and tranquility all 2026 and reaching my goals.
I get you. Well, so we kind of go off quarters because I still got that finance mindset where I'm like looking at first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. But for this first quarter, right, the first part of the year
Mhm.
through March, what's one of the action steps that you're focusing on to help you hit one of these goals that's coming out of the brand new year?
My first action step is the self-improvement. Self-improvement. I want to incorporate more things to help me mentally and physically. I want to start reading more books, start spending more quiet time with God, and less TV time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be my start.
Oh, that's some
And
good
I'll start
steps.
there. I feel like everything else will fall into line.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, if you're feeling chaotic, right, and you feel like you all over the place, it's gonna reflect in other parts of your life. You attract what you're putting out, right? That's just a fact. If you're walking around angry, bad energy, or feeling lost or doubting and things like that, that's the things you attract. That's the things that are drawn to you, right? Because that's what moves you in. That's what you're putting out there. So that's the things that you're going to notice the most. So you just naturally pick those things up. But yeah, I love that, Queen. Yep. We focusing on self care right out the gate, everybody. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone drop some things that two major things that you're focusing on for your 2026 vision, right? Let's drop that in the chat.
Yes.
All right. Anything else you wanted to add, Queen, about your vision board?
Hmm. No, I think that sums it up about or sums it up. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, whew, y'all, I'm gonna pull up the 2026
Let's
Teletail vision board here. That's not
yeah.
it.
There we go. There we go.
I might have to blow mine up a little bit because I don't got my glasses on. I don't know what I did with them. But can you see it? See,
Yes, I can see it. I love the colors. See, yours has colors. Beautiful.
girl. Well, I don't think I did it on purpose. I'm just like, I'm like, oh, there we go. That looks good. But some of the things, I definitely wanted to focus on this year. You kind of see at the top of my board here is faith, family, and my health.
Hmm.
And, again, it definitely has to start with God, right? And
Right.
I just want to make sure that, with my faith, that I'm just going to pull it up here, is that now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see,
Mm.
right? And I just want to make sure I continue to align with that. That sometimes I can't see what God is aligning for my life, but
Right.
I'm following the steps He's putting out there for me, even though I don't even know which way it's going to go. But I got faith that it's going to work out for my favor. So I just want to continue to align with that. So last year, I had some new goals, but this year, I'm still staying with the goals I had for myself for last year, if that makes sense. I'm just getting in more alignment with it because last year was building up that foundation, right? And now this year is really digging in and relying on faith to continue to carry me through to meet those goals for this year as well too. So definitely putting a lot of faith on God and what He's instilled in me and making sure that I'm not doubting. For family, I just want to make sure we continue to support and love on each other, right? That we're building a legacy together, right? The three of us. And it's not just sometimes we focus on marriage or partnerships and things like that, but it's really about the family overall, right? What we're going to do here for our daughter. And then, you know, if she allows us to have some grandkids, maybe in about 5 to 10 years, or like 10 years, um, than what we're doing for our grandkids and great grandkids. Because we want to start to build a legacy and have generational wealth and not have struggle, right? We don't want to start generational curses. We want to build generational wealth. So making sure we focusing on family and how we can also build this up together. And of course, health, right? That's definitely a priority. And for my health, I wanted to make sure I was aligning in discipline, right? Discipline and doing my workouts, eating better, because eating better is self care, right? Last year, I was like, oh, I need more massages, right? I just needed some more time to myself. I'm going to take some soaking tub baths, right? But I'm like, that is self care, but I think I need to pull it back even further that and do more for foundational pieces like making sure I'm eating right. Right. That's a big part of self care is having a healthy diet and working out. Right. That's going to lead to discipline. That's also going to lead to discipline in other areas of my life. And then just making sure I'm respecting myself and respecting my time. Right. And I can do that with the self respect by making sure I'm reading my Bible, right? Reading a verse every day and, journaling about my day, just doing a recap and, some things that I saw that I wanted to improve on, making sure I'm writing down the things that I'm grateful for, that I'm thankful that God has continued to put in my life. So definitely still health and self-care is a big part of it. It just looked a little different. I think I got a better understanding of what self-care really is. And then of course, the dream, I think last year the dream was tips and tea. I wanted to make sure that, this is something that Nikki and Sibu and I had dreamed up for ourselves and trying to see where it was actually going to go. We wanted to start a new YouTube channel, and Tips and C is still, part of the dream. And eventually, I definitely want to see us, in a studio where we can fly in and meet up and do the podcast and things together. But the big part of the dream was just being a successful business owner. Right. And if that part of my dream is a success, everything else is going to align with that, right? The podcast will be successful. The financial team that we're building here is going to be successful. Our family business is going to be successful because overall, we're going to attract success. And I think last year my word was create, and then the year before that, consistency. But this year it's just focus, right? And my focus is making sure that everything that I'm doing is stemming from love, you know, and it just goes back to the verse where I'm focusing in on this year is that all that you do be done in love. Typically it's gonna align from there. If I'm moving badly, I'm just inviting the bad luck to follow me around, and I don't need that.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Definitely don't need that at all. And then I already said I'm entering my wealthy woman era,
Let's go, Queen.
and I'm gonna blow it up here so everybody can see it a little bit better. So um, I'm just gonna start to read this daily. I'm entering my wealthy woman era, and it's time for me to make sure I'm easing into peace and comfort and intentional happiness. Right, not just letting things happen to me, but intentionally aligning with things that I'm gonna find peace and joy in. Right, this era is not require struggle or stress or de-stress. It's filled with mutual relationships, clarity, self-care. I'm definitely choosing to embrace abundance and prosperity, and I will not entertain anything that causes me stress or brings negativity into my life. So I am God's wealthy woman walking into his favor and grace.
I love that.
Yes, yes, yes. So,
Absolutely love that.
if y'all see me on Tips and Tea for the next few weeks, just holler out. I'm entering my wealthy woman era.
Entering a wealthy woman era. I love that. I really love
I'm
it.
screaming, I'm screaming it out every day. I'm in my wealthy woman area. I'm not just saying I'm entering, right? At some point, you gotta say I'm in it, right? I'm in it. You align it with it. You manifested it. I'm in my wealthy woman era. So it's not just entering, but it's being in it and recognizing that that's where you are. So definitely pull it and lean it into that. And as far as travel, because these are still some of the same things that were hitting my categories last year. But with travel, last year I focused on a place. I was like, I want to go to Cabo, right, which is in Mexico. But I
Mhm.
think this, even Aziz and I talked about it, we just want to focus on the experience, no matter where we end up going. So we wanted to make sure that, we just attract amazing travel experiences that fulfill our dreams. Because at this point, it's really not about the destination, it's about how we are experiencing everywhere we go. So that's
Beautiful.
my vision board, and I still got the same focus here for 2026, which was pray more, read my Bible, make sure I drink my water, because don't nobody like no dehydrated person.
No, you gotta drink your water. I got mine right here.
Again, love like Jesus. I'm avoiding drama. I'm trusting God, and I'm gonna be thankful. So, these are the things that my vision board is aligning with for 2026. And my personal goal for this quarter is basically focusing on health, right? Um, Wanting to make sure I start at least with the diet part. Not even dieting. I'm not even going to do a diet this quarter. It's more so just making sure I'm cutting out more of the sweets that I've been consuming and focusing on like healthy alternatives, like incorporating dates into my diet, right? Incorporating other, fruits and vegetables versus grabbing a cookie.
Right. And dates are good now. People sleep on
Mhm.
dates.
Yeah, and dates are really, really good for you, right? Where's Sherry Landrum at? I know she gonna drop something about dates in the group chat.
Sherry Landrum.
Right,
Call it Sherry Landrum.
Sherry, drop your dates when you're ready to come on Tips and Tea, so we can share about health and wellness.
That part. Yes. Mm-mm-mm. Well, Queen, I think you did an amazing job with your vision board. It's colorful, it's very meaningful, and very positive. Just awesome. Awesome.
Yes, thank you, Queen. Thank you. I'm gonna
You're
stop.
welcome.
Are you back on the screen? We are back. So I
We
couldn't
are,
see
we're
comments while I
back.
was on the share screen. So we can go back to the comments. See.
Yes. Do you see something? Sherry dropped something. Snicker dates are good.
Mm. Oh yeah, I think she made some
Snicker.
snippet hits one time.
Mm.
Okay,
I
we
have
have
to
some
drop that
comments.
recipe, Queen.
Yes, one thing on my vision board, I'm praying I can finish by end of the month. Um, Eating better is also biblical from Sherry Landrum. Thank you, Nita. Yeah, come through. We gonna one of these days we gonna get this podcast going.
Yes, yes, yes.
It won't just be a live, it'll be a podcast. Yes, yes. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, thank you.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yes, yes. So if you all have one word, if you did a vision board this year, what's one word, do you feel like is representing your 2026? If you can drop that in the chat, or what goal are you saying out loud to yourself with confidence? You know what mine is. I'm in my wealthy woman era.
Wealthy woman era. Let me think. Let me think. Love
Yes,
it.
yes.
I'm in my wealthy woman era.
All right. And if you're still working on your vision board for 2026, there's nothing wrong with that, right? One year I didn't get mine done until I think the end of February.
Hey,
So
but
don't feel like you behind or anything like that. But if you feel like you have some categories that you want to work on, definitely, think about faith mindset, right? Finances is another category. If you have credit goals, right? If there's some things that you want to work on, make sure your credit is in alignment, because sometimes we need to break the goals down further and not just say, I want better finances. On your vision board, you can put that you want to have, a 700 credit score this year, right? If you want to open up a business or you have goals in mind for your career,
mhm.
focusing on health and wellness, family and relationships, travel, lifestyle, right? Maybe you're not focusing more so on travel this year. Maybe your everyday lifestyle, you want to feel like you've traveled, right? So how can you switch your lifestyle to align more with what you see yourself in when you do travel?
Right.
And then learning and development, right? That's one thing I felt like I left out on my vision board that I do want to start doing this year, because I wanted to learn more, get back into learning more about taxes again.
Hmm.
So I wanted to study up on that again. So that's one of my learning and development goals, because there's so many changes happening.
Yes,
And
there
I just
is.
want to be able to understand some things when I'm talking to the accountant.
Yes, ma'am. We have to educate ourselves. So therefore we know what's going on. Learning and development is very important. I need to do more of that myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if so say like you have a vision of this year that you want to get a house, right? You want a home, and you just don't post a house, but you post the credit score that you need in order to get the house, the
Hmm.
savings goal that you need to meet in order to be able to cover closing costs and down payment, right? Also, put on there your timeline. When do you want to move by, right? And then, if you have an income target that you also need to meet in order to get the dream house that you want, like where do you need to be financially? What salary do you need to be making? How much
Right.
income does your business need to bring in order for you to hit that income target to get that house? So if you want a more intentional and aligned vision board, and the big goal is the house, these are things that you can put on your vision board to make sure you're also putting action behind that vision.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. And, we also want to turn our vision into measurable goals. Just like, for example, if you're wanting to save a certain amount of money, if you're wanting to save $5,000 by June 2026, um, increasing your credit score from 580 to 680, paying off $2,000 on a credit card, or building business credit. You can open up 2 vendor accounts and start investing $50 a week. So those are all measurable goals, and making sure that our goals are realistic, something that we can actually achieve. Um, Drop your biggest goal for 2026 in the comments. What is
Mhm.
your biggest goal? My biggest goal for 2026 is to get this house renovated so that way I can fund my digital lifestyle. So that way I can hit the road and do what I want to do. I've said it before, but I definitely want to travel. I either want to get me a little camper van or a travel trailer. So that way, wherever I go, wherever I decide to stop or land, I have my place with me and I'm comfortable, calm, able to work on the road, and able to see things that I would not see if I am not using that or not doing the digital nomad lifestyle. I just think that is so amazing to be able to just be different places, different weeks, different, one place this week, somewhere else next week, and still be able to do everything I need to do for my business, my job, my careers. So, yes, just definitely putting things in perspective. And so we are definitely waiting to see what are your biggest goals.
Yes, yes, yeah. I need C to hit her goal and nomad herself down here to Mexico so we can do tips and tea out of this pool.
Hey, Queen. I want to make that possible. I want to make that possible. Trust me.
Yes, you understand. I am rooting for you, Queen.
Thank
I'm
you. Thank you.
always
Thank
rooting for
you.
you.
We are going to speak it. We are going to speak it into existence. I was reading something last night, and it was just talking about how we speak over ourselves, and that sometimes, we may be in certain situations because of things we have spoken over our lives. Oh, I'm not this. I could never do this. But
Mhm.
actually, we can turn that around by speaking positive things. I will be a digital nomad. I will have a successful business. I will be able to leave my 9 to 5 because my business is flourishing. So just speaking things over yourself, believing it, and moving forward.
Facts, big facts. Get that negative talk out of here. You're not doing that this year. I'm
Yeah.
allergic, and you should be too. Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
ma'am.
Sherry dropped her 3 F's. She said her vision board: faith, family, and finance. There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Faith,
The
family,
three
and
F's.
finance. The 3 F's. Those are big ones. Those are the big ones. Yes, yes.
Definitely.
Anybody else want to drop what their main focus is for 2026? And she's also recommending people see Sherry need to come on the show. Stop eating out, cook at home, healthy meals. Put that money you were going to buy coffee or meal out with that savings and let that build.
Yes,
She's
ma'am.
right. Yeah, we definitely talked about that on Tips and Tea. We actually had a challenge a couple times throughout this year where we were taking that money we spent on going out to eat and putting it in our high yield savings account. If you don't have one, definitely get with a teacher or myself or anyone from our heavy hitter family, and we can help you get started with a high yield savings account because why don't you have one yet? And yes, I'm judging now because we're in a new year and my judging has started for the top of the year.
Yes, people, if we're going to
I've
save
already told
money,
her.
save smart. Save smart. Put that money in an account that is going to earn you interest. And
Hmm.
not to mention, SoFi does give you interest on your savings and your checking.
It does. What are you waiting for? I wanted to ask you, see, because you were talking about, you know, making goals reachable, right? You don't have to
Mhm.
have like crazy outlandish goals. And I was really watching this video of this guy and he was, talking about his business goals for 2026. And he was like,
Mhm.
you had a goal in 2025 to hit 50,000 in your business, right? You just started the business, you wanted to make at least 50,000 in revenue. And he was saying in 2026, you shouldn't just add on the extra 5,000, right? Or extra 10, the extra 10%. It shouldn't be
Mhm.
50,000, 60,000 for 2026. You should, have faith and just go for the big goal. So he was like, instead of 50,000, it should be 500,000, right?
Mm.
For 2026. And what do you think about that, right? Especially when talking about achievable, attainable goals. What's your thoughts on that big, huge goal?
That's kind of like because like I'm thinking about it because at the end of the day, if we are faith led, you can't put a cap on what God can do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like kind of like a fine line because you don't want to set a goal that's so high that if you don't achieve it, it causes, you to fall down and, get into depression or things. But I mean, we serve an amazing God and you can't put a cap on what he can do. So I would just say if you feel led to put your goal at that or a specific number, um then if for some reason, because I mean we got to be realistic, if for some reason if you don't reach that goal, you just can't beat yourself up. You just have to know that maybe that'll manifest the next year. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have a problem with letting myself down. So that's why I'm saying realistic goals. You know what I mean? I don't want to set my personal goals super, super high to something that may not actually be attainable within 12 months. But again, like I said, it's kind of like a limbo type thing because you don't want to put a cap on what God could do because God can do exceedingly abundantly above all that we think.
Amen. Amen. And I totally agree with you when it comes to that. You got to realize what season you're in. And I think it's just also a part of it is shifting that mindset,
Hmm.
right? Yes, you set the goal for 500,000, right? In 2026. That's your starting point. That doesn't mean that it needs to be done within that year because God is on a different timeline than us.
Yes,
You
he
can't
is.
put a cap on what timeline God has for you. So $500,000 is coming as long as you're putting the action behind it, because He's gonna bless the actions that you put in it if it's aligning with what He has for you, if it's aligning with His word, right? So there's no, like you said, there's no limit to what He can do, but are you in alignment, right? And when we start to creep in with the doubt, you're getting out of alignment.
Yeah.
When fear take over, you're getting out of alignment, right? So it's just refocusing and then just focusing on. And if you get lost, because sometimes we be like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. If you
Hmm.
get scared, it's always going back to that foundational piece, right? You put the systems in place. God bless the system. Continue to work the system. It's all about consistency, the discipline. You keep sharing testimony, right? People can't support it if they don't know what you're doing. So you
True.
got to testify to
True.
what you're doing. And if you keep doing those things, you will find the success. It will eventually reach you. It might not be within that year, right? Because we don't know the timeline, but it's gonna come. It's gonna
Yes.
come. I've seen success stories all the time. People, they've been working something, and
You
plus,
can't give
you,
up.
you
Yeah.
gotta
Go ahead.
know that he can't bless you with too much at one time. He gotta make sure that you can. Oh, you know what? Me and Sherry on the same thing. I just saw this pop up. She said he gotta make sure he can trust you with a little,
Before he
right?
blesses you with a
You
lot.
might want the 500,000, but can you handle the 500,000 with the season that you're in? He might got to help build you up to that point.
That is so true. That is so true. I mean, you see people, what the people that win the lottery all the time, they have all that money, and then a year or two later, it's gone. You have to know
Mm.
how to steward over it.
Yeah, I'm
That's
another
something I
person who
have
win
been
the
praying
lottery like
about.
50 times.
Um, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, that there's one person out there I think hit that lottery multiple times. I'm like, how they keep hitting the lottery?
Hey, that was, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, we got Nita. She made a comment here to be well acquainted with my new health lifestyle journey, self care over everything. I know that's right, Queen.
Yes, 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 yes. Self care over everything. You got to start with yourself. It all starts with you. You got to take care of you so you can be here.
Yes, and for those who don't know Nita Jones, she does a self care Sunday live every Sunday. I believe is it at 11 a.m.?
Self
Is it 11 a.m.?
reset
Nita,
Sunday.
drop self care um, time in the chat. I usually be in church. I be on my live on my church, but I catch the replay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, check out Nita's self care live that she does on Sundays right there on Facebook. So if you're not friends with Nita, let us know. We'll get you two connected so you can catch her self care lives.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. I'm sorry. See,
Mhm.
were you saying something else? I
Oh,
think
no,
I
I
got
was just going to say that,
excited.
we just have to make sure that we take action on our visions too. If we have goals, then, like for example, if we do have like a travel goal, then we need to set a fund up for that, a savings goal. You can do $50 a week. If you have a business goal, you can work on your, daily content or weekly networking, things like that, and credit goals, disputing inaccurate items and reducing your utilization. Utilization needs to be below 30%, ideally, or the best case scenario, below 10% if possible.
Yes, everybody. So what's your action step you're taking this week to work on your 2026 vision? All right, this week I definitely need to work on my business. So this week I'm getting back in the trenches. I gotta get the YouTube back up and running because it's running, but we haven't been well, I know I haven't been making sure I'm making it easy for people to watch by putting the chapters in there, putting the thumbnail on the YouTube channel for each live that we're doing, and then just making sure we're dropping more shorts to get more engagement and just really working that page. Also, this week, definitely for myself and my business, going to be working on a lot of follow ups and connecting with more
Mm.
financial professionals like loan officers and realtors so we can get in alignment to help their clients this year. Right. So, definitely getting back to the business.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Back in the trenches. I definitely want to read some more, do some more learning, and, you know, get right in the trenches with you, Queen.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, and then Nita dropped her Reset Sundays. It is at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So 11 a.m. Central. So I had part of it right. 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. If you
There
want
you
to check
go.
out in her Reset Sundays. Yes. So we're gonna get ready to wrap things up, everybody, because the Queen's got things to do. But before we jump out of here, we just want to make sure, like we mentioned earlier, if you do not have a high yield savings account, you know, you can be earning a lot more money because a regular savings
Uh-oh, well, I guess Chantella disappeared for a hot second. There she's back. She's back.
because the devil is a liar and he want me talking about high yield savings accounts. He trying to stop us hitting their goals this year.
Yes. Well, we got the high yield savings promo, and people don't forget, credit is key. We have to keep a look on, a watch on our credit. So if anyone needs any credit help out there, we definitely can help you. We can help you. We have our AI driven credit repair software, which is awesome and amazing. I use that myself. And then we also have our credit like soft, which is done for you. So if anyone needs any assistance with credit or credit help, please comment or message us directly.
Yes, yes. And I guess we'll give everybody a couple minutes. If you have any questions for us, let us know. But what's something you guys are excited about this year, right? What part of your vision boards needs the most focus? Or also just asking yourself, what are you leaving behind in 2025? So the challenge I think for this week, you want to make
Mhm.
sure everyone is working on their visions, especially if they already did their vision board or if you're getting ready to do your vision board. Write down 3 goals, right? And then an action step for each one of those goals that you had on your vision board or that you're working on for your vision board for this year. So write down 3 goals and then put in at least one action step, just one itty bitty action step for each one of those goals that you can take to start working towards it, right? And then you can always come back to this live and write done or write done if you're accepting the challenge, right? Because we're going to bring it up next live. So if you want to accept that challenge, we'll talk about it next week on Tips and Tea Tuesday.
Yes. Inquiring minds want to know. We want to know.
All right. I don't see,
I don't see any questions, at least not on my end.
yeah. See, did you want to close us out, Queen?
Well, sure, I definitely can. Well, as always, we definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate the support. Make sure that you like and love and share. Comment your biggest 2026 goal. Make sure you share the live, tag 3 people, and don't forget to follow us on Tips and Tea Live on YouTube. We hope everyone has a blessed rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week. Thank you so much.
Yes, everybody. Many blessings.
Many blessings.